long time.
Which, I mean, there'd be a lot of people with hairy palms then. At least one person, and I've seen no one.
Yeah, there would be 100. I feel like that would just be common.
And of course, they were trying to convince you that you were the only sick freak one to touch themselves.
At your age, as a teenager, you're like, you're the problem in society.
You're the only weird dicky
You're
toucher.
the perfect. Query theories.
Okay. On the count of 3, and then pause, and then go.
What do you...
1, 2, 3. The query theories.
What is... Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Query Theory podcast. We're back again with some questions, some queries from and for y'all dairies. With you, Pennygrit, Pennygrit, and myself, P, as always, as your hosts. And we actually do have some queries from dairies.
We do.
Yes, from Spotify. Remember, you can always ask questions on Spotify.
Yes, which we didn't know in the beginning, but now
No.
we do know it now. You can ask a question through the Spotify app directly.
Yep. So if you want to ask some questions, please pop them on there or wherever really you fancy. YouTube, Twitter, whatever.
Currently, we're going to do one per episode until we get more.
Yeah.
Our question today comes from Molly AVPM or Avapum.
Have a poop.
And the question is, what animals do you think are a conspiracy? Personally, I don't believe in reindeer. I think they're made up. Now, I have to say, as a Canadian person, I've seen a reindeer in real life. Now, I mean, if we're talking conspiracy, maybe someone glued horns onto it.
For me,
You can eat them.
reindeer. Yeah.
I mean, you can eat most things.
Most
I
things,
guess.
yeah. I mean, they used to sell like alligator meat in Iceland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they still do.
Yeah.
For me, my conspiracy theory animals are narwhals.
Okay.
For
you think they're
so
fake.
long, I thought they were fake. I still think they're fake, to be honest with you. I don't think they're real.
I have to say, I don't think any animals that we're told are real are fake.
Right?
Maybe I just don't have my tinfoil hat on today.
It's just, narwhals seem so crazy. The idea of them to me is just insane.
You know what's insane? Stuff that's in the deep sea.
Yes. Yeah, we've spoken about the deep
They
sea
look
before.
weird. They look scary.
Yeah, and my fear of the deep sea.
In fact, if there's one that's a conspiracy, I'd say the deep sea is a conspiracy.
Yeah? You
All of that.
Yeah. Oh my god, Jesus. So if you are out there being a gamer, as myself, and you've played a game called Subnautica, I can't play that game. I don't know if you know what that game is.
I feel like you told me that
Yes.
it's about the deep sea.
It's about the ocean, basically. You do shit in the ocean.
I did a shit in the ocean.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have you done a shit in the ocean before?
It was actually in a lake, but...
But I don't believe... See, the thing is, I don't know where narwhals even live. They don't live in the main oceans, right? They don't live in, like, the Pacific with other whales, like sperm whales or humpback or orca. So where the fuck are they?
Yeah, see, I also don't know because I'm not, like, a marine biologist.
Yeah, so
I'm guessing they live in the water.
they do, right? But
See, you admitted it. They do.
mean, they are real to a point, right? I just don't understand what they do or what they are or where they live or anything about them
Yeah.
and why they have the biggest fucking horn.
You know what's fucking weird?
What?
The fact that there's parakeets in London, which are a type of parrot.
Yes, the green ones.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I moved to London recently, like central London, and I looked out my window and I was like, there's a fucking parrot outside.
Yeah.
And I took a photo of it and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, not us. And no one from London was impressed. They were like, yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're even here. As I
Yeah.
said, yeah.
I've
don't
never
know-
seen one before now, but they're all out on that tree.
Yeah. And they travel in groups as well, quite large groups. I don't know if they're migratory birds. I don't know whether they live here all year round. They can't.
I mean,
can
it's
they?
winter now, so
Yeah.
they'd be gone now if they were going to leave.
Yeah, but no, you saw them quite recently.
Yes,
So...
they're there all the time.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't know whether they're, like, got brought here many years ago by, like...
Someone must have just let a mating pair out, and they were like, well, we live here now.
Yeah, and then they're basically the Adam and Eve of all the parakeets that now live in England.
Yeah, but it's weird because it's like a tropical bird.
Yeah, but they're not even a pest because you don't see them often. So...
I mean, I don't really know. What's a pest bird? I guess a seagull.
You get seagulls, pigeons. I guess you would consider pigeon a pest bird.
Yeah, you know, when I found out that British people eat pigeon, I was like, that is fucking weird.
Pigeon can't taste nice.
I mean, I feel like you'd cut it open and there'd be like some chewed up gum and an old condom inside.
Yeah. A pigeon does not look like a bird that would be like, oh, yummy. One, because it doesn't look like it has any meat on it. And two, because it just eats disgusting shit.
It
you know?
eats like cigarette butts.
Yeah, like I don't think seagulls would be a very tasty bird.
They're full of chips.
They're full of chips. And also, I've seen a seagull eat a diaper before. The contents of a diaper. And I'm not going to lie to you, that cannot be doing great things to the meat of the seagull. I'm sure they might taste fishy, maybe, because they're like...
Ew.
They, live by the sea. But I don't think they taste like good.
I don't think they taste like diapers, though.
No, I don't even know what a diaper would taste like. Talcum powder, I guess.
And poo.
And poo. But you know what I find sad about some birds? You know those, it's like, it happens in France, when they force feed those little birds.
Yes,
I forget the
foie
dish.
gras.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
No.
Because I can't... Look, I eat meat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend like I'm some sort
We're
of
both
saint.
meat eater, yep.
But I don't want it to be, like, fucking obviously tortured.
Yeah. And foie gras seems like such a horrible dish.
Yeah.
Like,
But I also don't want to eat veal.
no, yeah, that's the baby deer, right? Veal?
Cow.
What's veal? A baby cow. Yeah.
And it's, like, kept in a crate so it can't move.
Yeah, no, fucking awful. Like,
Yeah,
the amount of food we eat as people that we don't even consider how they've been treated.
Yeah.
It's
Although that
awful.
probably is all meat. I would
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah,
So
truth
I
be
do
told.
turn a blind eye.
It's probably all battery farmed and...
The vegans are going to come for us. Actually, it's everything. Here's a video of a cow
Listen,
being punched.
vegans, if you want to eat your fucking trees and your grass, go off. Fucking do whatever you want.
Also, you can send me all the videos. For every video you send me of anything vegan related, I'm going to eat another burger.
Yeah.
So don't do it. Just don't send me
if
any
you
videos.
want to save more meat, don't be those people. Let us eat the meat we want to. Just don't bully us.
They're going to bully us.
Some of us use public transport.
You know,
public transport.
if you're a vegan and you're typing on your little iPhone right now,
Yeah.
that has animal products in the screen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You're
so
not.
unless you're typing this on a typewriter, leave me alone.
Yeah. You're not. I'm just saying, vegans. You're not saints just because you don't eat meat. Because there's a bunch of other shit you probably do every day that's equally harmful. But again, eat whatever the fuck you want, as long as it's not people.
Yeah, I mean, I do think veganism is like a nice thing.
Yeah. Like, I would get into it if I could be bothered. But like, I don't know. It's not. I'm not medically required to get into it currently, right?
Yeah.
If a doctor came up to me and said, you have to go on a vegan diet, I'd be like, oh, fuck, well, okay.
I'd get a new doctor.
I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, to that question, for me, narwhals, I find narwhals very hard to believe are real. I don't know where you would even find narwhals. I don't even know, are they endangered? Endangered? Because you don't see them everywhere.
I don't see them anywhere.
Yeah. So
I'm also not in the sea.
And also, do narwhals kill each other by accident constantly? Because they have to, like, unless they've got really thick, bouncy blubber, then...
That's what I have.
I'm sure they might impale each other by accident every so often.
Maybe.
Because
I
those
feel like they're
horns...
probably hyper aware of their horn.
Maybe. Because those horns are not small. And plus, what's the evolution evolution chart that went to create narwhals, you know?
I don't know. I actually don't know a lot about narwhals.
Nor do I. That's why I don't think they're real.
You know,
Or they're
how some
semi-real.
people think birds are fake?
Yeah, like pigeons, like they're government drones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If a bird was fake, it would be those parakeets in London because they don't belong there.
There's so many. And there's so many. Oh my God.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Talking about things that are fake, I've got a question for you. Mm-hmm. As children, our parents, well, they told us a number of things that they said, don't do that or do more of that, because if you don't or do, this thing will happen. I was thinking about this the other day. You then informed me that apparently the popular YouTuber Moist Critical has spoken about something similar.
Yes, he spoke about the childhood myth that a jellyfish bite can be relieved by pissing on it.
Which is something I've personally heard as well.
Yes, me too. I watched it on Friends, and
Yep.
I retained that as fact for many years. Until,
So-
I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, I heard that actually wasn't true.
Yeah. Yeah, quite. And some of these things we do end up finding out quite later in life, and we're like, oh my God, my life has been a lie.
Yeah, because I don't know, in the 8th grade at the time, I watched Friends and retained that information forever. And if I had been stung by a jellyfish, I probably would have pissed on it.
Yeah. So my question is, what is a lie that your parents, your friends, maybe you saw on TV? What is something that you've believed or found out in later life that has been a lie? Also, all of you could get involved. Maybe your parents told you ridiculous things, like if you say the word blue wrong, you go blind. I don't know, something weird.
Yeah, or if you touch yourself at night, you're gonna get hairy palms.
Yes, that's one that I heard and believed for a long time.
Which, I mean, there'd be a lot of people with hairy palms then. At least one person, and I've seen no one.
Yeah, there would be 100. I feel like that would just be common.
But of course, they were trying to convince you that you were the only sick freak who wanted to touch themselves.
At your age, as a teenager, you're like, you're the problem.
You're the only weird dicky
You're
toucher.
the perfect. But yeah, so some of the things I was told, I feel like this is very common. Carrots. If you don't eat your carrots, it will affect your eyesight.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I was told that by my parents, and I think I saw it on cartoons, as a lesson to eat your greens sort of thing. But for so long, I genuinely believed it.
I did believe if I ate a lot of carrots, I would have better eyesight.
Yeah. And I used to, I think it was probably in school, probably in year 8 or something, when I researched this whole carrot myth, and I realized 'twas wrong.
Yes.
'Twasn't.
Tis wrong.
It's not an actual thing. And then I was like, oh shit. Where did it come from? Because all these things come from somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's obviously made up bullshit. You know what I thought?
Go on.
That we only use 10% of our brain.
Yes.
Because that was a thing. It was told by teachers and stuff.
Movies as well. You see it a lot in movies. There's
if you could tap into the rest of your brain.
Yeah, you would be like,
you'd be able to do all this stuff.
You could fucking levitate, bro.
It'd be like Limitless the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
They actually talked about that in the movie Lucy. I don't know if you know that movie.
No.
It's with that lady who played Black Widow in the Marvel movie, Scarlett Johansson, I think her name is.
Okay.
I don't know her fucking name. But in that movie, fucking one of the scientists goes, humans only use 10% of their brain. And I was like, that's a lie though.
Yeah, and it's a lie that was believed by tons of, most people.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people still believe that to this day.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been so ingrained in our system. But then when you think about it, really, your brain, you use all of it.
Yes, you use all of it.
Because
not at the same time.
Yeah, because your brain all does different things and
Yeah.
controls different shit. So you have to use all of it.
Yeah, it's not like there's just this untapped
Potential.
huge chunk of it.
Yeah. So
It's just there.
it's one of those lies that's been so built up in basically everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's books about it, self-help guru books.
It originated from a self-help guy.
Did it?
Yes.
Okay.
In the 90s, I think.
So it's a pretty old myth then.
Yeah, and it caught on, and it was just a thing that was regurgitated over and over again, and that I fully believed.
Yep, same. I think, and also it was one of those things where I struggled to like accept it once I'd learnt it.
As soon as I learned it wasn't true, I was like, that actually makes way more sense than
Yeah.
it's not true.
Yeah, well, when I researched it more, I was like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
duh.
obviously.
Yeah, and then at the time, you're kind of like, how the fuck did I ever believe that?
Yes.
But,
and it's like, I was stupid.
yeah, one thing that I'm ashamed to say I still believe, which I think is false, is that once you've eaten, you can't go swimming, or else you get cramp and die.
I never believed that.
I did. I still kind of do.
I was an avid swimmer as a child, and I'd be like told I have to wait.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I fucking don't.
See, I still in my later years of 26, I still kind of get worried when I've eaten and I'm going
So you're going to have a cramp and die in the water.
Yeah, I still kind of...
Yeah, I guess I just... As a kid who liked to eat a lot,
Yeah.
I definitely didn't wait an hour.
Yeah, I guess if, it depends on your circumstance. But I remember when I went to the Netherlands and the person I was with at the time, we had just finished eating and we were going to go swimming. And she told me, no, we have to wait for at least 10 minutes. And I didn't even question. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, that fucking makes sense. But now in my later years, and I'm like, does it? No, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't
Especially
make any fucking
like
sense.
if you were on a cruise ship and you fell off, the reason you died was because you just ate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But speaking of swimming, one I definitely believed
Mm-hmm.
up until I was maybe 10 is that if you pee in the pool, there's chemicals in there that will change color.
See, I feel like in some swimming pools there is.
There isn't. It doesn't exist.
Is it a lie?
Because my partner also believed it to this day.
Yeah.
Not this day, but recently.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, the chemicals that change when you pee in the pool.
Yeah.
And I Googled it, and it's not true.
At all.
There are no chemicals that change. And if it was true, that color would be everywhere in that
Yeah,
pool.
that's true. That's true.
Because the kids
especially
aren't
when you have
peeing in the
babies
pool.
and kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
And old people who know there's no chemical.
Yeah.
It would,
I saw, the movie Grown Ups with Adam Sandler.
yeah,
Do you remember that scene?
vaguely.
There's a scene where he goes into this outside public pool and he wheezes in it and it starts turning blue,
Yeah.
and the other dads are weeing and it's turning blue. And I thought to myself, oh my God, so it is real.
Yeah, if it was real, you would have definitely seen it in real life.
Because
And I would have seen it because I piss in the pool all the time.
Yeah, so now I'm thinking like, fuck, it's so weird where, when you're a child, because children's minds are so easily moldable.
Yes.
Right? And the amount of lies you learn growing up is insane. Like, your friends lie to you probably all the fucking time.
Yeah, and so does everybody.
Yeah.
Parents do. They tell you the lies that they believe.
Yeah. Like, another one, watching TV too much.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that? Was turn your eyes square? What was it?
I heard that if you sat too close to the TV, you would get cataracts.
Oh, no, that's not what I heard.
And I believed that.
But then again, I feel like all these things have to be generational, right?
Yeah.
So your parents were probably told completely different things. Oh, if you listen to the radio
I feel
too
like
much.
my parents heard it from somebody because I don't think they had TVs as kids.
Right, but they probably
They
had
were
radios, right?
Yeah.
Like
but there's no radio thing. If you put your ear too close to the radio, your ear will get hairy.
But I don't know, but it has to be generational. I'm sure there was specific lies that, my parents probably were told. But then again, it's probably cultural as well.
Probably. I'm sure that they heard different ones.
If I asked my parents what lies, their parents told them, like, oh, if you go out at 3 a.m. on a fucking full moon, I don't know, something will eat your ass or something, you know what I mean? Like,
His name is Robert.
So I love whistling, I'm just a whistly guy. You know what? There's not enough people in the world that whistle,
I think
unfortunately.
there's too many.
Really, I don't hear enough people whistling in my life.
Whistling is creepy and weird.
I love whistling so much.
Do you do
But-
it in the alleyway?
What?
Do you do it in the alleyway?
No. Yes, I do it everywhere. I just whistle.
I don't know. I just feel like it shouldn't be allowed.
There was something I read when I was younger that actually put me off whistling, right? I saw it in a little show thing. It was like a horrors movie. But it was, if you whistle at night, you summon the devil.
Okay.
And as I grew up in a very Christian household, obviously I was terrified of the devil.
Yeah.
So I stopped whistling altogether. But I had to whistle because when I was a farm boy, I had like dogs that I had to whistle to.
Yeah.
So I had to just yell all the time until later when I came to this country and I was older. Then I found out that shit,
Yeah.
obviously, and it never registered in my brain that, duh, that's obviously not real.
Yeah.
You
But
know-
like when you're a kid,
You
you believe what your parents say.
yeah,
Because who else are you going to believe?
right, like
When I found out things that my parents said were untrue, I was like, what? How could they be right? When I submitted an assignment that I had my dad spell check and it still had spelling errors in it, I was like, how could it? How could it have spelling errors? My father read this. My father knows how to read. He couldn't spell Hawaii, apparently.
How do you spell Hawaii?
I don't know. Hawaii.
I feel like there's more I's in Hawaii.
Yes, there's 47 I's.
I feel like it's like Mississippi. There's more than one I or something. But
There's 2 I's.
Mississippi doesn't have 2 I's.
No, in Hawaii.
Oh. I was thinking
There might be 3.
Either way.
Anyway, my dad couldn't spell it and I can't either. But I also believed if you chewed gum and swallowed it, it stayed in there for 7 years.
Yes. Yeah.
And it made me just stick it to the desk instead.
Yes. I think maybe that's why there was so much gum on the desks.
Yeah, because you don't want to get full of gum.
No, because like, again, we didn't have evidence for this. We didn't, I heard that some kid died because he did that.
Yeah.
One of my friends was like, yeah, man, like some guy fucking died because he swallowed like a bunch of gum. And I was like, oh my, no.
Yeah.
I'll never swallow gum ever again.
If you actually swallowed a bunch of gum, you probably could die from it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you did it all, if you swallowed too
if
much,
you just swallowed like 27 packs of...
you'll probably clog up somewhere in your body.
you would.
Because I don't know if your body can like digest it properly.
I clog up if I eat bread.
Yeah, but you can't eat bread though. You can't eat carb.
Yeah, but that's because of the diabetes.
Diabetes. But yeah, no. So I'm trying to think of more other things. So swimming definitely was what. Did you have any in your country? Did you have country specific ones?
No.
Like things that your friends told you?
Not that come to mind now.
No.
I had personal ones.
Personal?
Yes.
Yep.
I just somehow, no one told me this. I just thought it as a child.
Yep.
And I believed it for some time.
Okay.
That when we eat meat, it was just an animal that died of old age.
Whoa, okay.
I just assumed that. I
No,
didn't-
see, that
no-
makes sense.
No one said anything to me. I was just like, obviously, it got old, it died, and we ate it.
Yeah, you know what? That actually makes sense.
Yeah, even though that meat would be stringy as fuck.
Yeah, it would not be nice.
Yeah.
But you know what? I would see how you could make yourself believe that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even... It's not like I put a lot of thought into it. I just assumed it from the start.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a dead animal that died
Yeah.
of natural causes.
And then they found it and chopped it up.
And now it's my burger.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I feel like a lot of us have, I can't think of any of my personal ones, but I feel
I
like,
believed that if I jumped off of things, slowly increasing in height,
yeah.
eventually I'd be able to fly.
What?
I thought as a child, like we're talking 5 years old,
Yeah.
that if gradually I jumped off things that just got higher and higher, eventually
You could,
I would be able to fly.
did you test this?
Yes, until I jumped off the top of the playground equipment and I sprained my ankle.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like, maybe this isn't going to work.
Okay.
Also, I mean, I think if that was possible, someone would have done it before me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I mean, that just didn't occur
You
to
thought
me.
you were a fucking pioneer over
Yeah,
here.
like I invented it.
You were like, this is never going to fail.
Yeah, I invented jumping off things.
Kids probably create so many fucking lies to themselves every day.
Yeah.
To have a child's mind, I feel like would be you'd be so creative.
Yeah.
Children are filled with creativity.
And they're also dumb as shit.
They don't know any don't know. Oh, I just thought of one. Cracking your knuckles.
Yes, arthritis.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my dad said that I would get arthritis if I cracked my
I
knuckles.
think it was either my mum or my grandma who told me about cracking your knuckles.
Now, my partner's daughter cracks her knuckles and her neck.
Yeah.
And I was watching a TikTok about a girl who broke her own fucking neck doing that.
No.
Yes. She was like in her dorm room cracking her own neck.
Yeah.
And then her neck was broken.
Like chiropractor.
Like
or just
doing the
twisting.
thing where you like kind of pull on your head a little bit.
Yeah.
And you make a cracking noise.
Oh, God.
And yeah, she broke her own neck.
Oh,
and she
God.
had to have like a neck brace for an entire
That's
semester of school or
awful.
something,
That
yeah.
is be careful when you're cracking shit
Don't
out there.
crack it. You don't need it cracked.
No. See,
Also, chiropractors are a scam.
yeah, I
They're not
wish
even
there were.
doctors.
I wish there were actually real, because that would be so amazing.
I don't want someone yanking on me.
Yeah, and when you watch those, you know, where they put some shit around your neck,
Yeah.
and you're laying down and they're like, okay, now just breathe out.
I saw a man doing it to dogs.
Yes, I saw a guy doing it to a cat.
And it's like, I feel like this isn't going to end well for
No.
you, because the dogs have a look on their face of like,
Yeah, what's happening?
yeah, like, do I attack now? And I know he has
He had it
attack
like
so
in
far.
a hold, right?
Yeah.
Like a wrestling hold. And it's not like you can tell the doctor, okay, just breathe out.
Yeah.
He just snapped the dog, and the dog was just like, oh God, what the fuck just happened? And the guy was like, yeah, there we go. And I was like, no, don't do. If I
Especially
see,
since the dog can't talk.
no,
So it can't be like, yes, I feel relief.
no, that's nice. Yeah, do it again.
Yes, I'll come back every week for an appointment.
No, I can't. It scares me, because I generally feel like if I had to go to a chiropractor, it will probably make a situation way worse.
I'd just go to an actual doctor
Yeah.
and be like, can you do something? Or
Yeah.
do I have to go to a weirdo who will yank on me?
See, the thing is, when I twist my whole body, like if I twist my upper body left to right, my back will crack.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I've found to crack my back.
Yeah.
Like, for some people, you can like literally put your arms behind them and squeeze.
I've
And
never cracked anything in my back ever.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, but
It
like,
doesn't crack.
is it just a tense back?
Yep, it's tense as fuck.
Just you've got strong back abs.
Yeah, I've got back abs. The front is a different story.
No, that's protective. That's just protective
Yeah, that's
layers.
protecting my ab. I have an ab on the front, one ab.
Just one whole
my
strong muscle. Another one I was told was crossing your eyes.
Right?
I remember being told this, especially in school. I remember I'm a clown. I'm just a clowny guy. But I remember very vividly someone telling me, if you do that, you'll get your eyes stuck.
Yeah.
Crossed. And I blew my mind. I was like, no, that can't be real.
I do remember, okay, when I was in the second grade, I was obsessed with being Japanese.
Okay.
I was like, I want to be a Japanese person. Now, okay, I know that that's weird and racist, but I was a child.
Yeah.
And
Again,
children
we don't know better.
do some weird shit, okay? So I used to pull on my face a bit
Oh,
to get more of a, like, elongated eye shape.
sure.
And the gym teacher said, if you keep doing that, your face will stay that way. And I was like, good.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
But, so what, you'd literally like hold the side of your face?
Yes, and like pull it a bit, like hoping to get more of a Japanese face.
So what did you want to be Japanese?
I think I just wanted to be someone else, to be honest.
Oh,
And I
right.
think that kind of
extended into being
into it being a
Japanese.
different race.
Yeah. I feel like
I just thought they were really beautiful,
got-
and I wanted to look like them.
yeah, I feel like if you've got body dysmorphia, that's quite a common thing, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
you want
I mean,
to-
I was a little kid though
yeah,
as well.
yeah. See, the thing
So I
is,
don't think I had body dysmorphia yet.
yeah, I feel like one of my friends, I was actually talking to her quite recently. She uploaded a picture of herself online, and I realized every time she takes a picture of her face, it looks different. But I don't know. She doesn't even know why, and I don't know why. I won't name this person, obviously. But like every time I've seen a picture of her, I'm like, you look different, and I just don't
Is
understand.
it angles?
Maybe it's angles, maybe it's
I
lighting.
mean, I've been guilty of that.
Of filters.
Not filters, because that's going too far.
Ah, right.
Because you can't lie to yourself once. Okay, I gotta say, in the 2010s, I did do a little bit of photo editing.
Mm-hmm.
But now I wouldn't ever use a filter like that in that kind of like, I'm gonna pretend that I look like this.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, you know, you hold your face in a way that your fucking neck doesn't look super fat.
Yeah.
Like, like you just...
I feel that's just natural, really.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're not going to take a photo of yourself looking as bad as possible.
Yeah.
And then put it on the internet.
And you're, oh, look at me. Because people on the internet are so fucking rude.
Except that one photo I took of myself by accident somehow when I was walking through a cow field. where I look kind of cross-eyed.
Did you send that
I sent it
to
to
me?
you, yes. And
Yeah,
I sent it to everyone.
a while ago.
It's not a good photo. It's the worst photo of me that exists. But I love it because it's like, why do I look like that? My eyes look like they're going in different directions.
I think I remember that picture.
Yeah, and my neck looks like so fat. It's like fat neck, eyes like drifting apart. And I'm holding my mouth in a really weird position. And
See, I feel like it would humble everyone if occasionally your phone took a picture of you while you were looking at it.
yeah.
Right?
Or while you're looking candidly away.
Yeah, because there's so many of these people who obviously they take these very lovely pictures with the filters and all that stuff. And, because they want to show you their best, look, right? If your phone occasionally just took a picture of what you actually look like with no one around, no cameras, no lighting, makeup, whatever, then maybe you'll start getting normalized to how you look.
No, I think you'll be like, I'm uglier than everyone else.
I don't know.
Because I think we are all warped now.
Why?
Because of filters and stuff. Like, if you go on TikTok, it starts with a filter.
Yeah.
Like, that you don't even have to put on.
Yep, Snapchat does the same thing as well.
So, like, it's already telling you that you look smooth.
Yeah. Like, I've realized sometimes, like, the Snapchat filters, they'll tweak literally something tiny. Like, they'll make your nose slightly smaller. Or they'll make your, like, your cheeks slightly smaller. Like, sometimes it's tiny touch-ups, right?
All the things that make a person's nose small make me look like Michael Jackson.
Do they?
Because I already have a tiny nose.
You
so
do,
it's like,
actually.
yeah,
now I
even
see it.
smaller.
Yeah.
Same with like people who do makeup and they're contouring their nose. It's like, should I do that? How narrow do I want this thing to fucking be now?
See, I've seen a common thing, I guess, where people say men with beards is like a catfish sort of situation.
I wouldn't say it's a catfish because they're still going to turn up with the beard on unless they turn up to the date and they've shaved.
Yeah, but they say like,
it's like makeup for men, and it is because the place on a man's face where they're most likely to have like something kind of droopy is in the chinnular region.
Yeah.
And they can just cover it up with a shapely beard.
Yeah, and there's some people who look great with a beard, right?
Yes, yeah.
And when they shave it off, you're like,
yeah, who's that
that's
weird
terrible.
bait?
Yeah, honestly. But there's some people who, like, people can only grow neck beards.
Yeah.
I don't...
Some people can't grow a beard at all. My dad couldn't.
Could he not? Mustache, maybe?
He could grow a goatee.
Yeah. See, my face, I don't know if you can see, it's patchy around the sides, and especially at the bottom here. Goatee can grow fine.
Yeah, my dad had lupus.
I don't know what that is.
It's an autoimmune disease, but it affected his skin, so he couldn't grow it because of that.
Oh, right. I don't know. My head doesn't even grow that much anyway. I'm not very hairy gentleman.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could grow a nice full beard, right? Because I think they look nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
I feel like some faces fit them. But then, a lot of people are saying, oh, men are like, catfishing when they've got beard. It's like...
I don't think it's catfishing if it's attached to your face. Like,
deceiving look, maybe. I don't know.
But I mean, what should you... Okay, women are catfishing when they have hair then, because they might have a weird cone-shaped head.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I feel like, with a woman, when you apply your makeup really well, you look like a completely different person.
Absolutely. I look way different if I put makeup on.
Like, if you are, really good at putting on makeup and making yourself look such a way, you could look like someone who isn't you, right?
Yeah, and I feel like that's
that
to some degree the point of it.
Yeah.
Or at least... to look a little different. You don't put it on to look exactly the same.
Because I know there was some people who used to shave off their eyebrows.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a common
I don't
thing.
think it's that common now.
Yeah,
but
common. Shaving off your brows and then just painting on whatever. It's like, why is that? Why do you hate eyebrows so much to want to shave them off?
Well, I don't think they hate them so much. I think they just want a nicer eyebrow.
But can't you shape your... Because, there's tools for
But
that.
I think you can't achieve the shape you could if you just started from scratch.
I guess.
But I don't know. I'm definitely no makeup expert, but I do see why people put their time into it.
It is definitely a confidence thing. Some people, they do have body dysmorphia or confidence issues, and, they want to look as good as they possibly can.
Also, for some people, it's just really fun.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
is an art. There's an art to it.
Yeah. There was this lady who I used to follow. I don't know. I think her profile got deleted or something. But she used to do like the eyelash shit. Like she'll do. Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah, I really like special effects makeup or any kind of arty makeup where it's like...
And it takes quite a bit of talent.
Yeah, and skill.
Quite a lot of
Skill.
steady hands. Things like
And practice.
Yeah, obviously.
A lot of practice.
But things I could never do. And I've it's got to be said, I do actually appreciate people who would take the time to do that, because it time consuming. It takes ages. Takes a lot of fucking prep.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. It couldn't be me. You know what I mean?
And I mean, I like makeup. I wish I was willing to wear it every day. I just don't. I don't care enough to wear it every day.
Yeah.
But I understand why some people do.
Because I don't think I've seen you really with makeup. I've seen you, with your special effects, mate. Yeah, but like I haven't seen. I don't see you often with makeup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not very often.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't wear it on the day to day. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Like I just... It takes like 40 minutes, I would say, to do like all of it. Mm-hmm. And I just can't be bothered. I would like to be bothered.
Yeah.
But,
some talking about like appearances, I was looking up, I don't know if I told you this, I was looking up Retin Link. You know Retin Link?
Yes, yeah.
And I was just looking them up on Google, and a picture came up, and then the picture flashed, right? And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then little dots came up on the people who were in the picture. So I didn't realize, but you can now like click on a picture, and then you can buy an outfit they're wearing. Like it will send you, I guess they're using an AI program. Okay. So if you're looking up, I don't know, fucking Jennifer Lawrence, and she's wearing a specific top and dress that you think, oh, that looks nice, I wonder where to buy those. You can literally click it and you can find sellers.
Where's this?
Just on Google. If you just type in someone on Google and they're wearing clothes that you...
But I mean, what if the clothes are 10 years old?
You just click on it and I guess it finds... I looked up Ugly Betty the other day. You remember Ugly Betty?
Yeah.
So I was looking up... I was trying to show my friends. And again, her picture flashed and you could buy the separate items.
Weird.
Like the glasses and everything. And I was like,
I haven't seen that at all.
I
use Google a lot.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's just my fault. I'll show you after.
I want to see it. I want to know more
about
the future.
No, but the future. So
capitalism.
I think they might be using probably just AI, just general basic thing. Because I doubt there's some guy sitting there being like, I have to find a way to buy all these things. But I thought that was really interesting. So
also, if the item is no longer being produced... do they just link you to something similar?
They link you to basically everywhere that will sell it. So from Etsy, or something similar, So they link it on like Etsy, eBay, popular websites and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought that was
so weird.
It is weird, but it's quite interesting at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm constantly being sold shit everywhere I look.
Yeah.
And I don't want to buy it.
Yeah. If anyone could tell me, actually, someone out there, do your phones listen to you? Because
mine does.
Yeah. So I say this because, again, I've been on the internet, or I've been speaking to friends about something that, I saw a dog's toy in Pets and Home, and I'm like, wow, I saw this red dog's toy at Pets and Home, and it was really, I don't own a dog, but it was really interesting. And then I go on like Facebook and it's like, hey, look at these dog toys, and I'm like,
I was talking to someone about Maine Coon cats specifically, the breed, and it's like, I'm getting ads for Maine Coon cat food specific. That's very specific.
It is. And it makes me wonder, there must be, in the terms and agreements, there must be something in there.
But they just deny it.
Yeah, of course they will.
And they still are denying it, even though...
The biggest culprit is Meta, I would say. Like
Yeah,
anything.
I do. Well, I mean, Meta, they are dodgy.
Yeah.
They're all dodgy.
Mark Zuckerberg is definitely not human.
He does look really weird.
He does look like he's wearing someone's skin.
He looks really white.
He pale.
Yes, but like
Sickly.
he looks like he's been painted.
Yeah, like, you know, I feel like they have to
He
keep
looks
the
like
appearance
he's wearing the wrong shade of foundation.
all the time.
Why is it so white? Also, why is he so muscly?
He's quite hench,
ripped.
isn't he? He's quite fucking ripped.
He's
Because there was that whole thing that Elon Musk and him were gonna.
Elon Musk is a little doughy man.
He's
not gonna
quite
win.
and he's quite blocky.
Yes,
He's a
cube.
he's a square he's a square man. I would love to see it though.
I
Like,
would absolutely.
I would-
I mean,
genuinely love to see it.
I would actually pay a little bit of money to see it.
Yeah, they don't look like fighting sort of men.
I'd like to see one of them get their teeth knocked out.
Oh,
Just one tooth.
That wouldn't be a problem, would it?
Well, they get a new
That
tooth.
wouldn't be. Yeah, they'll just fucking 3D print one in their
out of
private bunkers.
Yeah.
which we've spoken about before. I don't know if we've spoken about it in a Lost episode.
we might have about Mark Zuckerberg's secret bunker.
Yeah, you were telling me about.
Yeah,
about
and how
this.
if I was the contractor, I would build a back door into it, and then when the apocalypse came,
Yeah.
I would sneak in through the back door, and I would, give them the old death,
the old one to die.
old murderoo.
Yeah.
and I'd live in the bunker
Which
instead.
again, as I said, brilliant fucking idea.
I feel like when it came actually time to murder him, though, I'd be like, I'm scared to do a murder.
Even if the world was ending, I don't know. I don't feel like I could push myself. I guess it would really be circumstantial.
I guess I'd just get in the bunker and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, I'm going to live in here, Mark. And
Yeah.
if he was like, no, you're not. I'd be like, well, you're going to have to fight me to the death.
I'm gonna do a murder now.
I brought a machine gun.
Yeah, and these rich lots. It'll probably just be fucking him, right?
And his family.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like they're a bit.
No, because I think they have, they're like, I must have a bloodline.
Oh, they'll try to keep it pure.
Because
like a
why
royal
else
family.
would you want all this money?
Yeah, true.
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know.
You are going to die. So
bury it somewhere. Well, you are going to die unless you're Richard Branson, who's looking into not dying.
yeah, but
And he's only going to sell it to his rich friends, and they're going to fuck off to Mars.
yeah. I
And
don't
leave us
know.
all poor people here to scrounge about.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind dying over being on a planet with them.
Yeah, honestly, if it's my time to go, bruh, I'm done.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I have?
I
Why
mean-
do I need to extend my life for? What shit do I have to do? I feel like it's one of those situations, if I'm with a loved one and I've had kids and, I've done everything,
Yeah.
would I need to live more? For what exactly?
Although, if your kids are also going to perish because we're on the planet that's perishing, is that a problem for you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So do you want your kids to get in the Mars mobile?
yeah, I mean, I would ask them. I'm like, do you want to go to Mars and live with billionaires? And if they're like, yeah, then
I
I'd
think the billionaires would be like, get out of here, peasant children.
I don't know, I'll do a murder. Then I'll do a
You'd have to
murder.
be like, and then you'd have to pilot the spaceship.
For my family, I would do a murder.
Yes, Yeah.
I wouldn't do a murder for me, though.
But it is for you.
Well, no,
Because you need to keep your bloodline going.
not really.
Well, then...
That's dependent if I even want a bloodline.
Because also they're still going to die on Mars, too.
Yeah, but
A little bit later.
what I mean is if I'm old, if I'm an old man,
Okay.
if I've lived to a point of I'm fucking 90 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I
How are
was
you going to do a murder at 90? You
No,
probably
but this
can't
is what
even
I
wipe
mean.
your own ass.
If I was if I was 90 and then some bloke came up to me, fucking Richard Branson, he's decided to live forever and give away all the pills to make us live forever. And some nurse said, oh, you can have this pill for you to live 200 more years. I'd be like, no. Why? What am I going to do with all that time?
Yeah.
I feel like 90 is a good stopping point.
Yeah. I don't want to live beyond 90.
No.
Unless they turn back the clock.
Yeah, and then
on
I've got my
everything.
youthful young
Yes,
body.
yeah.
But if I'm still 90 and I've been giving a pill to live 900 more years, one, I don't know what I'm going to do with all that time.
Yeah.
What, am I going to learn a new language? There'll probably be a chip for that.
Also, I feel like the older I get, the less I'm capable of learning. So
Yeah, and the less I give a shit about much of anything.
yeah. So, I feel like we aren't meant to live
It's
that long.
just
Although
against nature.
they do say people are going to live to be 150 and not that long.
Yeah, I mean, healthcare is improving and blah, blah, blah,
But
blah.
it's not for the peasant people.
No, not for us. For us,
Yeah.
I unfortunately, so with my job, I had to go and visit one of the residents I look after. But, God, it was so sad. Okay, this is about to get sad and political. It was so sad seeing all those people lined up at A&E, going all the way down the hallway, and this little old ladies, they're all cold, and I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
No, it's not nice.
It's just, you know what? It's just, I don't want to
I have
get...
a lot to say on this topic, but I'm not going to get into it.
I don't
because
wanna
that's not
get-
the type of podcast.
Yeah, we don't want to get political, but it's just miserable. It is.
It is.
It is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Moving on, and before we get all political.
Yeah.
So I was thinking the other day, I was talking to my housemate about perception, right? The way you look at things and stuff like that. And I was thinking, are you able to think of yourself or look at yourself in a 3D point of view?
Like in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do that well?
Yes.
Because I can't. Because if I try to imaginate myself sitting on this chair currently with like a camera viewing me 3D wise, I can't do it.
I can.
But you've got a creative mind though.
Can you picture objects?
Somewhat. I can somewhat. So in my
Can't
mind,
picture them fully.
no. Like if I had, this is why I think I use so many references to draw off, because I can. It's really hard because even if I had to picture like an apple, for example, I can see the apple, but as soon as it turns around, it's something different. My brain can't retain that kind of object. I guess it's object permanence. I don't have
I can
that.
see the apple. I can turn the apple. I could split the apple. I could look inside the apple.
Yeah, but you can see it a lot clearer.
Yes.
I can't, and I don't know if that's something to do with mental business or...
I think there's like a chart. I've seen a chart before of like an apple or something and how different... Some people see nothing.
Yeah, I know some people who don't actually have...
Cannot imagine that.
Yeah, imagine imagining nothing.
But also, do you have a running monologue in your head?
Yes.
I don't.
Do you not?
No.
Man, it must
I
be
do
nice.
hear occasional words
Yeah. No, I have...
or occasional phrases.
No, I have full on, like, other business happening up there.
So does
like,
my partner.
there's so much going on. Like, I don't... It's quite rare for me to actually just not think.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Yeah, but like...
It's just not in sentences.
Right, no, I have full conversation sentences.
So like if say you're going to leave today, would your brain go, okay, now I'm going through the door and I'm going to walk down the steps. Oh, be careful on this step. This step's a little dodgy. And then I'm going to get to the door and
No, I don't think about what I'm doing. I just have ongoing thoughts.
yeah, well,
constantly.
everyone has ongoing thoughts.
Yeah, but it's not like that. You know
so
what
it's
I mean?
not, so you don't then.
What do you mean?
Because
it's not just
when
words.
they're talking, exactly. But for some people it is. Some people have words all fucking day long. Words, sentences.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like
All day.
Yeah.
Everything
basically.
is in a sentence.
Yeah, basically.
I
But
don't
I thought you meant like, do I describe what I'm doing when I'm doing it? No, I'm just kind of always having full conversational thoughts and sentences, and I don't think linearly.
I think
or
mostly in
whatever.
images and like feelings, but also I do think in sentences when I'm having an imaginary conversation with someone else,
Yeah.
particularly an argument.
Yeah. Is it
or
like one of those
occasionally-
things I would have said kind of argument?
Yes, yeah. Or what I might say later or
Yeah.
something. Or my brain will be like, poopy time, and it'll just say that. Or it'll be like, no.
That's it.
But
really?
like, I don't have full like sentences about like, oh, and this is the pop filter. Even if I'm looking at the pop filter and thinking about
see,
the pop
the thing is,
filter.
I think about things that are just I can observe either by my peripheral or something that I'm seeing. If I'm not talking, I'm thinking about everything that's currently I can see or hear or whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but not with words.
Yeah, no, for me, it's full words.
You know, when I was younger, I remember someone saying, you're fluent in a language when you think in that language. And I was like, well, I don't even think in English. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Really?
Also, when I was a kid, I said to my sister, I was watching some show. I think it was called The Wonder Years. Anyway, there was like a narrator where they narrate the main character's thoughts. And I was asking my dad, like, why are they talking like that? And he was like, well, that's them thinking. And I was like, I don't do that. So I said to my sister, Lynn, I have a problem. And she was like, what? And I was like, I don't think. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, there's no words in my head.
Yeah.
And she was like, see that bucket over there? And I was like, yes, I do. And she was like, well, now you're thinking about it. And I was like, oh, okay, good. And it was like a great relief.
Yeah. Then you're like, oh, this is great.
And then for a long time, I thought, okay, no one thinks in words. That's just a TV thing. And then the whole monologue thing came up in like social media. And I found out people do think in sentences.
Yeah.
All fucking day.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, that's me.
Talking in words.
Yeah, that's me. All day, I will think in full sentence words, conversations, every single day. And you know what's weird? Sometimes I catch myself not doing that.
Yeah.
And then I freak out because then I feel like something's wrong. Like sometimes when I'm like into something or whatever, if I've just sitting there for, you know, when I zone out, I catch myself like that I'm not actively having these things happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, am I fucking dying? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm fine. I'm just zoned out currently.
But the thing is, I'm not zoned out when I'm not thinking words.
Yeah, I think
I'm still like actively thinking.
Yeah.
It's just less wordy.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think there is probably just a broad spectrum of things. If you're a thinking doctor out there, probably a psychologist, right?
I feel like it'd be more of a sciencey person.
A neuro...
Yeah. If you know the
neuroscientist.
answers to our thoughts and questions.
Obviously, there's nothing wrong with the way we think in terms. Yeah.
Survive this
but like, how many forms of thinking is there? Like, you know, is picture forms, full sentence,
I know
short
with
words.
the image thinking, there is that chart. I'll post it on the Instagram so that you can tell us what number you are on the chart.
Yeah. And also, I'll post the Bristol stool scale. Don't know why. Just, I feel like let's go up there. You know, there was a time actually I told my mom this, but I couldn't imagine for like a full month. I couldn't imagine things, and it freaked because it was when I started like really getting back into drawing and art and stuff, and my brain just couldn't bring me ideas.
Yeah,
I had a complete block, but it didn't feel like I couldn't just like, you know, it wasn't like a block of, oh, you know, I just don't have any ideas. It was, I do not have thought or imagination right now. And I didn't know what that was.
I mean, I feel like that is odd for that to suddenly happen and then to go away.
Yeah.
But like I do think in images, but when I really think about something like an object and I'm going to take it apart using my mind's eye, that's hard. Like I have to focus to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't do that all the time naturally.
Yeah, but you know,
but everything is imagey based, more imagey than thoughty. Like
I don't know. I have like I have an active imagination, but I can't say I think only in images.
Yeah, and I don't think only in images.
Yeah,
it's just more imagey.
For me, my images can't retain form. It like I think very much like dream thoughts.
Also, even though I could close my eyes and imagine your face exactly, I couldn't draw your face from this mental image. I would have to draw it from a photo.
Right. See, I couldn't actually close my eyes and imagine your face because it just wouldn't retain. For me, for some reason, objects just change.
Yeah.
They're constantly on a weird...
I do kind of know what you mean. I find that more if I haven't seen the person in a while.
Yeah, no, for me, it's just a dream state kind of situation.
If I try to remember, like, my dad's face, it's like...
You kind of have a vague idea.
Yeah,
it's
like I know what I would
person.
recognize him in a photo, obviously, but like to conjure it up in my mind's eye.
Yeah, it's quite hard to do.
Yeah, and it's not quite right.
Also, you know, that reminds me, you know, when you're... You know when you're dreaming. When you're having dreams, you can sometimes a person that you know in the dream, they don't look like the person you know.
Yes, all
but
the
it's
time.
like vibes, right?
Yes,
They
or
give
they'll
off-
look like them and then look like someone else later.
and then they give off that aura of, oh, I know that person, but you don't even think that they don't look like that person.
You know it's them, but they look like Hugh
Yeah,
Grant or
like
something.
I had a dream of my sister some time ago, and I could recognize this entity as being my sister.
Right.
But when I looked at them, they didn't look like my sister.
You know, that sounds creepy, even though I know it isn't.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
because a friend of mine, she gets sleep paralysis
Oh gosh, no.
and like, you know, sees entities like standing over her bed and
Yeah,
stuff. And
yeah.
once it was her
Nightmare
mom.
fuel. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is nightmare-y. And I was only ever there once, and I heard her like screaming, kind of. And I got up and I turned on the light in her room because we were on holiday together. And I look at her, and her eyeball is open.
Oh, just one.
I think they were both open, but she was kind of on her side.
Oh,
you know?
okay. Yeah,
and she was like going like, "Ah!" and I was like, oh my God. And I woke her up, but it was freaky. And I just feel like living with that all the
that
time.
would be terrifying.
Happened frequently.
Can you get a full night's sleep like that?
I don't think she has it every night.
Oh.
She had it like, you know, kind of randomly.
Yeah.
I think it gets worse during stressy times. I'm not sure.
I guess if you have like blindfold, you know.
I don't know because I
thing.
feel like it's in your brain.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
So I don't,
yeah.
Even if you covered your eyes up, because I mean, you could be in a pitch black room and still see it.
If you have sleep paralysis out there, I don't know what the experience is like. I've never had it, but tell us your experience. If you have it often, what does it feel like? Is it, you know? Tell us how it is. Really,
Yeah, tell us.
Because I'm interested in sleep paralysis.
Me too. And sleep phenomenon is interesting to me. Like,
Sleepwalking.
you know that man that people say they see in their sleep, and a bunch of people have seen him?
No.
It's a man in a hat.
Oh, that's also a ghost that people say they see.
But I mean, so many people have seen the same guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not good vibes. It's not a good guy.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
But like, he looks the same to all the people who've seen him.
Yeah. But I've heard of that as him being a ghost. I've heard of.
Why would everybody be seeing one ghost?
I don't know.
Like this ghost has a lot of fucking people on his side. He's taking
got a lot
on
of people to
he's shouldering
visit.
a lot of the burden of haunting.
Yeah. But so I've actually heard that a lot of people have seen, again, you're not a paranormal light as I am. But I've heard that a lot of people have seen, if they see like spooky specters, it's usually a fella in a hat, but it's always ever once. You don't see him on repeat. You just see
I don't
him
know. I
once.
feel like a lot of people dream about this guy. It's
Yeah,
all
but
dreams.
maybe
He's-
it's
he's
both.
a dream man.
Yeah, maybe it's both. But I've never encountered this, or maybe I have, and I've just blocked it out, or just don't remember the dream that he appeared in.
When I heard about the dream hat man, I was like, have I dreamt of him?
Yeah.
And then my brain was like, maybe you have. But I think I'm just thinking that because I'm like watching a video about the dream hat man.
So if you've dreamt about this man, this dream hat man, is it a bowler
Tell us
hat?
about it. No, it's like a fedora, I think.
Oh, is
Tell
it?
us in detail. If you have
Yeah.
seen the hat man,
Yeah, because I don't know. Have you heard of it as a ghost or a fella or in a dream? Because I've not experienced this. Is it a sleep paralysis man?
no.
It is just in your dream kind of fella.
Yes.
Oh.
And like
okay.
several people report him looking
Does he
the
have
same.
facial features, or is it
I
just a
don't know.
silhouette? Oh, well, I'm actually.
We'll
gonna have
post a
to-
picture of him.
Yeah,
And by picture of him, I mean someone's drawing because
and-
he's not in a photo.
Yeah, a design of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really interesting. Actually, that's mad.
Yeah.
Um,
it is. It's weird.
This podcast has been it's been very different from the other ones we've done,
It is.
but not in a bad way. I feel.
I feel like it's good.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree, fuck you.
But no, we have covered a few subjects today, a few conversation topics. But yeah, please get in contact
Yes,
with
do.
all these things. We're recording this after the new year, so
We are.
yeah. So
It
happy
is-
New Year!
It is well beyond the new year now.
Yes.
When this is coming
Yes.
out anyway.
You know.
So happy partway into 2024.
Yeah. Those episodes, of course, go out weekly, so you're probably going to listen to this.
We do try and record some in advance.
Yeah.
Just
So,
cuts of life.
yeah, because I'm actually away I haven't told you that. I'm away in 2 weeks or a week's time. I'm going on holiday, so I won't be about.
Okay, where are you going?
I don't actually remember. But
Weird.
that is
fucking
weird.
weird.
But we do have full back episodes, so we are going to keep pumping them out as much as we can humanly do it. Obviously,
Yeah, every week.
Pennygrit is the editor, and does the heavy lifting.
Yes.
So
I guess I will do my best to get them out every
yeah,
week.
no stress, obviously, but we hope.
I mean, we do only have like 11 listeners.
yeah,
Which
currently.
is 11's pretty good,
Yeah.
and that's
And we've only just come out,
Yeah.
Like, currently, we've only got a few, but hopefully, you dearies, hopefully, we're gonna get more of you, and we're gonna have way more queries going
also by the
forward.
time this airs, we might have 12.
Hey, you know what? You never know.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for
yeah.
today. Thank you so much for listening. We hope that you'll rate us 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening on. And if you have a query for us, we hope you'll visit our website at thequerydiaries.com. You can ask it through the contact form. You can also ask directly through the Spotify app. You can follow us on all the major social media networks, including Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We have videos on TikTok now. And we would love it if you would interact with us on those platforms. We'll have a new episode for you every week. We hope you'll tune in.
But everyone, have a good day, have a good time.
That's it, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very
and
much.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.